It's Bree, and I have a story for you. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this video, you guys are gonna want to see Bree all the time, every time I upload. I just want to start this story off by saying that before this situation, I have never been shot at in my life. I am born and raised in Los Angeles, California.
Oh yeah, throw your neighborhood in the air.
I grew up in the Crenshaw district. I grew up literally in the hood, and I have never been shot at in my life before this particular situation. I feel like that's important. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break the story down to you. And yes, the story is absolutely stupid. Like, this whole situation, dumb as fuck. Just because this story is stupid and just because it doesn't make sense doesn't take away from the fact that I was scared for my life, okay? Clearly I'm over it, which is why I'm here telling the story to you. But like, I want you guys to understand, even though this is entertainment, this was like a real life situation that happened to me, and nothing was fucking funny about it in the moment. So now that I got this disclaimer out of the way, let's get into the story. This story time is low-key an update to a vlog that I uploaded recently, because this is the exact same sneaky link that I went on a date with. I don't know if it was in that particular vlog, but I told you guys in a video that I don't even know why I was hanging out with this particular sneaky link. I don't know what I saw in him, but I was just like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna hang out with this guy. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys and tell you that he was not amazing or interesting or even crazy attractive to where he was worth getting shot at. I'm just being honest. I think I was just happy that he had a car and he was always down to hang out. Whenever I was bored, he was ready to pick me up. So let me set the tone. Let me make it make sense for you. So this story time takes place in the heat of the summer in the city of Los Angeles in the middle of the night. Usually you link up with your sneaky link at nighttime, bitch. Because I've been seeing comments and bitches is like, oh, you're not giving us enough tea. Bitch, there's the tea. I just set the mood for you, okay? So I don't even want to hear it in the comments below. It's the middle of the night. I link up with my sneaky link. We just left Taco Bell, okay? Now, for the story to make sense, because I've been debating how honest I want to be with you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and be 100% honest. So my sneaky link was a booster. The way that he gets his money is he steals alcohol. Please do not come for me, okay? Please do not come for me. So this guy earns a living by stealing alcohol out of the liquor store and reselling it on the street for like way cheaper. It's safe to say that every time I was with this guy, I was fucking drunk. He got that endless supply, bitch. We was taking shots before we even pulled up to Taco Bell. Like, from the moment he picked me up from my house to the time we got over in the part of LA that he lives in, like he lives in like Hollywood, Koreatown kind of area. I don't know. Me going to Taco Bell and me getting food and a drink, that was just a cherry on top, because, okay, babe, now we got a chaser. On a scale of 1 to 10, I can honestly say I was like a 6. Like, I had a good buzz going. I had my steak burrito supreme. Like, bitch, I was having a good vibe. So the area that my sneaky link lives in is prominent for prostitution. And I hope that I said that in a way that is not going to get me demonetized, because what I really want to say is my sneaky link lives by a whole stroll. This particular night, my sneaky link had like a cousin and he was like talking on the phone. That's important because we was in a drive-thru for like 5 minutes and he was trying to figure out like, okay, cousin, where you at? Now, his cousin is a pimp. So after I got my food, my sneaky link started driving around his area because I don't know if he wanted to meet up with his cousin. I think that was the original plan. Like, oh, you over by my house? Let's link up. Let's smoke. Because we did ultimately end up stopping at a smoke shop. He was driving around the area, circling the area for like at least 3 to 5 times before I was like, bro, like, where is your cousin? He was driving around the neighborhood trying to see where the girls was at. Because like I said, his cousin was a pimp. So if his cousin was a pimp, that means he had business associates with him that he was trying to drop off. This is the tea that y'all want, right? Y'all want that real life tea. So I'm here to give it to you, okay? I was dealing with a booster whose cousin was a pimp, and he was trying to help his pimp cousin find the most poppin' corner that his girls could get some business. So we was circling the block. When I started complaining, he was like, you know what? You're right. My bad. This is about me and you. Let me turn around. Let me go to the smoke shop. I'm gonna pick some blunts up, and then we're gonna spend our time together. So I was like, okay, cool. When we pulled up to the smoke shop, he actually ended up linking with his cousin. So like when he went in to buy the blunt, his cousin was already in there purchasing a blunt. They chopped it up really quick. And while they were in the smoke shop handling men's business, I was in the car playing passenger seat princess, like, period. I don't care about this guy enough to meet his family, especially a pimp. Like, I was playing my role, and I sat my ass in the passenger seat and waited for him to come back. While he was in the smoke shop, I was being nosy. I was opening the glove compartment. I was opening that little like space, you know, like where you like the armrest. I was opening up the armrest. I was looking in the back seat, under the seats. Like, I'm a girl. Like, I'm finna be all in your business as soon as you give me the opportunity to be all in your business. So when I looked in the back seat, I saw that he had like literally a box that was this big of firecrackers. This was in June. So this was before 4th of July. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, like, he's a booster. He probably got all these fireworks because he's going to resell them. And me personally, when I was growing up, I never got the experience to like go out in the street and pop firecrackers and do fireworks because my family was always like, oh, hell no, that's illegal. That's the way that I grew up. So when I saw that little box of firecrackers in the back, I was like, we finna be turned up. Like, let's have a good night. Let's do something stupid. This was definitely like my bimbo era. No thoughts, just vibes, baby. Like, I'm here for a good time. So when he came back in the car, I brought up the firecrackers. Keep in mind, I was lit. So I'm talking to him like with a mouthful of Taco Bell burrito. And I'm like, hey, what's up with like those firecrackers in the back seat? Like, it's a lot of them. Are you gonna sell them? I wanted to know if he was gonna sell them, because if he wasn't gonna sell them, what's up, babe? Like, let's go out in the street. Let's pop these firecrackers tonight. He was like, oh no, like, I'm not finna sell those. I was gonna go to Lancaster. And if you guys are not from California, Lancaster is about like an hour away from LA in the desert, okay? So he was like, oh no, like, I got those firecrackers because I'm finna go out to Lancaster with my cousins and we're gonna pop all these firecrackers and stuff like that. And he was like, this is only one box. Like, I got way more boxes at the house. So when he told me that he wasn't gonna resell them, and when he told me that he had more than one box of firecrackers, I thought that this was the perfect opportunity to tell him like, okay, I wanna pop some. Oh my God, I've never like cracked firecrackers before. I want to do it. Like, let's do it tonight. And look, this is where the story started getting stupid, because when I told him, you know, I've never cracked a firecracker, I've never done the whole fireworks thing, his eyes lit up. He was like, we got to do this right now. Like, he was so down, right? So while we were literally sitting in the parking lot of the smoke shop that he pulled up to link with his cousin, he reached in the back seat, pulled that firecracker box to the front seat, and just started lighting them and throwing them out the window. In the parking lot at the smoke shop, he lit like 3 and just threw them out the window because he's stupid, and this is a stupid ass story time. Like, I really need y'all to understand, this shit don't make no sense. And that's how you know it's real life, because real life, I've lived long enough to know real life, it don't be making no sense, okay? Here's the funny part. When he started throwing firecrackers out of the window, he told me, he was like, you know, I've gotten in trouble before because these kind of sound like gunshots. That shit completely went over my head because in my mind, I'm like, okay, pass one to me. Give me one. I want to light one of these bitches up. It's so embarrassing to admit, but that's literally where my mind was. Like, I wanted to pop firecrackers. I wanted to blow shit up. So after he pointed out that they sounded like gunshots, he was like, let's go to the house. Let's leave. This is where it gets even dumber. So when he pulls out of the parking lot to go back to his house, the firecracker box was still in the front seat between the both of us. So as he's driving down the main street, he's taking these firecrackers and just throwing them in the street. Mind you, we are on a main street in Los Angeles. I literally think we were going down Western. And Western is a major street in Los Angeles. Please know that. He's like throwing firecrackers out the window. I don't know what guns sound like. And that's just me being honest. Like, I'm not thinking to myself, hey, he needs to stop doing this because somebody's gonna mistake it for guns. I'm thinking to myself, we finna have a good stupid ass time. I can't wait until it's my turn. That's all I'm thinking to myself. I'm getting a kick out of it. I'm laughing, bitch. I'm like, yeah, do more, do more. Like, I'm egging him on, if anything. So we turned down his street. And when we turned down his street, for some reason, we upped the ante on the stupidity. He was already throwing firecrackers on a main street. You could imagine how he was going crazy when he turned down his own block. So on his block, there is an abandoned church, and in front of the church is like a homeless encampment. It's like a whole bunch of tents in front of that church. When we turned on his block, we kind of stopped in the middle of the street and we started like throwing all these firecrackers out of the car. Now, keep in mind that liquor was involved in this situation, okay? So when we got to the other half of the block, because he lived like towards the end of the block, so when we got to the other half of the block, we drove a little bit past that abandoned church where all the tents was at, and we completely stopped. That is the truth. That is 100% what happened. I don't even know why we stopped. I guess we were super comfortable because we were thinking to ourselves like, what's the worst that could happen to us? And we already pretty much made it home. You didn't see nobody outside. Like, the whole block was dark. It was like the only people on the planet was me and my sneaky link. That's literally what it felt like. That's why I want you guys to keep in mind that we was both kind of tipsy. So my sneaky link throws 3 more firecrackers out the window. Pop, 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 pop. Literally like 5 times. I'm not joking with you. Like 5 times. I heard the same sound. Pop, 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 pop. So the first 2 times, I had to process what was going on. I'm like, pop, pop. The 3rd time, I heard something hit the car. I'm not joking with you. I'm not lying. The first 2 times, it went over my head. The 3rd time, I was like, wait, did something hit the car? The 4th and 5th time, I was like, are we getting shot at? I hate to laugh, but I hope that you guys can find the humor in this, because when I told my family, nothing about this was funny, okay? When I told the elders, they did not see the humor in this at all. So I hope that you guys are able to see the humor, because bitch, I was on delay. Like, it literally took me to the 3rd shot to realize what the fuck was going on. And by that point, one of us could have got hit. Now, here's the part of the story that concerns me. And this is when I started to feel like, okay, I cannot be around this guy. You actually know what gunshots in real life sound like. And you're equally just as slow as me. That's a turn off. Like, it really pisses me off, even as I sit here and tell this story, that we had to get shot at that many times before he realized that he needed to move the vehicle. Girl, by the time we realized that we were getting shot at, it was too late. The tire was already blown out. So there goes my ride in the morning, because now you ain't even got a tire. And then you know what's worse? It was a rental car. How do you explain that your rental car got shot up? But you know what? That was not my boyfriend. So that part was not my problem. So he's trying to drive as fast as he possibly can, and all you can hear is the tire like if that homeless person in that tent decided, you know what, I want to follow those people because who was shooting at me? It would have been so easy for them to follow us. And at that point, I was spooked for my life. Because I grew up watching Law & Order and CSI. And I thought that that was going to be the end for me. I thought that this person was on a rampage. And I thought that this person was going to see it through. I went from Brianna to Karen real quick. I was so mad at him. Like, you don't even understand. Mind you, I was condoning the behavior. Up until the point we got shot at, I didn't see no problem in what he was doing. But after somebody thought that that was like real gunshots and decided to shoot at us, nothing was funny, nothing was cute. I thought he was the dumbest man on the planet. So basically what we did was, after the person shot at us, we drove to the end of the block and then we turned the corner sporadically. He was going as fast as he could possibly go on that flat ass tire. So we go around the corner and we find somewhere to park. I was just like, can you take me home? Like, it was fun. We had our fun. But now, yeah, I don't get down like this. Like, this is not my lifestyle. And he was trying to keep me calm. He was trying to reassure me like, hey, we're not being followed. It's not a big deal. I cannot take you home because I feel like the tire got hit. So let me get out and let me see what happened to the car. I let him get out the car and take a look. I started to see that he was like, oh my God, like, how do I explain this? And then at this point, I was kind of nosy. I'm like, okay, like, let's see what the damage was. So I get out the car and girl, like, when I tell you God is real, because the tire was 100% exploded. Like, even the rim of the tire had a bullet hole in it. There were like 3 different bullet holes in the driver's door. And that is what really scared me the most, because I was like, that guy was really shooting to kill. Like, that guy really wanted to shoot you and you're acting like I'm overreacting, but all these bullet holes show that the guy really wanted to hit you. Like, if you looked at where the guy was shooting at, he was definitely aiming for the driver. I'm sorry. He really was trying to downplay the situation and make it seem like it wasn't that deep. But I have literally never been shot at before, and it definitely was that deep to me, especially seeing how perfectly aimed those bullets were. Like, bro, you could have literally lost your life over some firecrackers, and you're trying to tell me that I'm tripping because I want to go home? It definitely went from a fun, stupid, carefree situation to very fucking serious real quick. And then I started to think about all the stupid stuff that was happening to this guy in general. This particular sneaky link had way too much bad luck, okay? In that moment, I felt like God was like, I told you to stay away from this guy. When he told you that he got robbed, I told you to stay away from him. When he started asking you for money, I told you to stay away from him. And I wasn't even giving him no money because I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I just started to notice, like, he's the kind of guy that will be like, oh, you can't pay for me. Oh, I paid for that date. You can't take me on a date. Like, there were so many red flags that I was just ignoring because I wanted to have a good time. I also will be honest and admit to you that this particular situation was not the final straw. You would think that getting shot at with somebody that I don't even know why I'm kicking it with them, like, I have no legitimate reason why I'm spending time with this person, and he gets me shot at and I don't stop hanging out with him. I was like, okay, thank God I'm going to Atlanta, because that would be my excuse to ghost him. I am not a person that is going to take the time and energy to explain to you why I don't want to fuck with you anymore. I am just gonna ghost you, because if you wanted to be in my life, you would have been normal. Y'all could argue with yourself in the comments below about how you feel about ghosting. Me personally, I don't give a fuck, because me not talking to you anymore is an answer. That is clarity, bitch. I'm not talking to you no more. At the end of the day, because I was already lit and I was scared for my life, I did end up going upstairs with him and like spending the night. And he did ultimately end up getting me an Uber back home because he knew I was scared. Like, the whole rest of the night, I was making jokes and I was like, oh, so what are we gonna do next time? Like, are you gonna take me to a crack house? So yeah, that's pretty much how my sneaky link almost got me shot. If you guys saw where those bullet holes were in the car, I don't even know how we got away from that safely. I really don't. Because whoever was shooting at us was shooting to kill, and I completely understand, because from their perspective, how were they supposed to know that it was firecrackers and not a real gun? I learned my lesson. I pray to God that I never have to come on here and give you guys another story time like this again. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know how you guys feel about this situation, what you guys would have done, because it'll be different if like I was dealing with a gangbanger or like a scammer or a drug dealer or something like that, and he had beef and that's why we got shot at. This was literally the dumbest story I feel like I've ever told on my channel, and I promise my feelings are not even gonna be hurt if you let me know that this was stupid in the comments below, because bitch, I already know. With that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'm so happy that I get to live another day to tell you another crazy story. I will see you in the next video. Till next time.